Have you ever been given a second chance? Well, as a teacher for over 20 years, I remember giving many of my students second chances. For some, it meant redoing an assignment or rewriting a test. Now, you might say, well, that's not fair. They should have got it right the first time and just accepted the failure. Well, sure, I suppose you could look at it that way. But for me, I was more interested in them actually learning. And if they were willing to put the work in, I was willing to give them a second chance. And I honestly don't regret approaching teaching from that perspective. You know why? I actually believe that second chances is the heart of God. The more you really understand the gospel and the incredible second chance that Jesus has given us through laying down his life for us, then the more you will extend second chances to others. Now, I realize that rewriting a test isn't always the answer, but it was a simple way that I could show my students that I cared about them and that I was willing to help them succeed. I also believe that's God's heart. He is a God of second chances. Well, actually, it's not just one second chance, but rather continual second chances. Think about how we see this demonstrated over and over again in the Bible. Moses, he was a murderer. Jonah ran away from God. David committed adultery and murder. Rahab was a prostitute. Peter denied knowing Jesus after spending 3 years with him. Did any of them deserve a second chance? No. But what does God do? He makes Moses into one of the greatest leaders who ever lived. He spares Jonah's life and gives him a second chance to obey him and to see God's mercy extended not only to him, but to an entire nation. He calls David a man after his own heart, and he spares Rahab and her family's life, and she becomes one of the great grandmothers of Jesus. He makes Peter the one who he entrusts with the building of the early church. They are serious second chances. When we look at Jesus, his entire life and ministry is marked by fresh starts and second chances. We see how he redeemed and elevated people who others, well, they had condemned. God's people are to offer second chance opportunities because we have each been given the ultimate second chance in Christ. Ephesians 4:32 says it this way: "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." By the way, again and again. Giving someone a second chance does not erase the hurt they may have caused, but a genuine second chance is a declaration that you are not holding someone's past against them and that you believe in a better future. So is there someone in your life that you could extend a second chance to? Let's be second chance giving people, because that's who God is, and that's courageous living.